Cisco, want you guys to share this. It is on the DJC Radio Global page on Facebook. DJC Radio Global page. Please share. We have a undefeated boxer on tonight, and he's from the Boogie Down Bronx, and he goes by the name of Gentle George. I'm just pinning this video to the top of the page so we could be prepared to share and share. We are live at www.thedjcisco radio show, so you could always go there and check out the show also. Without further ado, let's bring in the one, the only Gentle George. Gentle George, what's good?
Hey man, what's up? Thank you for having me.
Welcome to the show.
Gentleman George. By the way, I'm sorry. Gentleman George.
Gentleman George. Thank you so much for that correction. I thought it was Gentle George. I was like, it ain't nothing gentle about this guy. He's killing people. Oh man. So welcome to DJ Cisco Radio Global. It is an honor to have you, a undefeated boxer, live right here on DJC Radio Global. And he's from New York City, the greatest city in the world. So
thank you.
Tell us how you got into boxing.
The way that I got into boxing, honestly, was completely by mistake.
Okay.
It was at the moment I was going on with a young lady, and she lived in a part of the Bronx that I never used to pass by. And passing by her house is when I saw that gym. But at the moment, the gym was burnt. The Morris Park Boxing Gym, it was burnt. So although I knew it was there, it wasn't operating. So then that was in the wintertime. About July or so, they telling me that they saw the gym open to pull up.
Okay.
And then I go, and I'm honestly, the minute that I arrived, I was ready to quit. I was like, oh yeah, this is too much. Like,
it's tough.
So because everybody there, first of all, everybody knew each other already. Like they had a lot of camaraderie, and then everybody there had years already of experience. So I was overwhelmed, and I just kept the owner of the gym at the moment. He just kept telling me to come. So he just kept telling me, come tomorrow. But I had heard that the monthly or how much you had to pay for the trainer, right? And I said, there's no way I'm coming back. But the guy running the gym at the moment, he kept telling me, don't worry about the money. So I kept going to the gym, but I wasn't really training. I was more just exercising in a boxing gym, and I wasn't really under anybody's guidance. And then my coach, Leon Washington Jr., he was the one who arrived, and then he started coaching me, and then that's it. From there, basically, I stuck to it from that moment.
Oh, okay. So listen. So wait a minute. I'm not trying to tell your age or whatever, but when did you start boxing?
At 18 in 2010.
Oh wow. Okay. So it's not something you did as a kid. You started at 18.
Not at all.
Gotcha. So before that, were there any boxers that you used to look up to? Were you into boxing, or it was just something that you wanted to try that you ended up loving?
Now, previous to me going to the gym, the only sort of relationship I had with boxing was Mayweather. When De La Hoya fought with Trinidad, because my mom got into that. I was not at all into the sport. I was not so much. It was not the sport that I grew up around.
Yeah.
So, but I just liked what it was about. So that always, since I was little, I was always gravitating towards that field of sport.
Yeah. Okay, so that kills one of my questions, because I thought you started at a very young age, but you started at 18 and you caught on quick.
Yeah.
So Leon was your first trainer?
Yeah, it's my only trainer that I've had. So
oh, wow. All right. Okay, so your style is influenced by whom? Like what boxers? Or is it just a style that you didn't relate to like anyone else and it's yours?
At first, the the idea was that since I was a heavyweight and I'm only 5'11",
Okay.
the idea was to more or less bob and weave, move the head, and
Yeah.
hook. Be more of a Joe Frazier and Mike Tyson, and that's what I was more or less going for.
Yeah.
Then, as time goes by, um, just felt that when I boxed, it felt so much. I felt more in control. Like
Oh,
that was my more natural.
yeah.
And but I had developed my entire. I had developed, or I was really naturally good at the bobbing and weaving and stuff. But I had that as something that I was very very good at. And then once I started seeing that I could box, also, I started being able to like feel like, what kind of like almost. I'm not saying like Roy Jones, but I'm saying somebody who kind of like mixes it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. So, it's hard to say who influenced my style simply because it was more out of what made sense for me as a short heavyweight, and
Yeah.
then what I naturally brought to the table, which was the decent footwork.
Yeah. So your style is just coming forward, taking it to them. Do you ever get tired? Like, because you like smother your fighters, as I was watching your tapes. Do you ever get tired, and which rounds do you feel like you're mostly fatigued, if you ever feel fatigued?
Of course, you feel fatigued, and that's part of the main reason why it was important for me to incorporate boxing into my brawling style, because
Yes.
there would be times when you throw all the bombs, and now if you don't got no bombs left, use the jab, recover with the jab, and
Yeah.
that's sort of like. And then as I developed the style of boxing more, I owned it more, and I became more of a really aggressive boxer, if you could say,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm jabbing you, but also trying to come in. And now there's not necessarily any round that you can pinpoint
Okay.
where fatigue might kick in, but you absolutely wanna pace yourself.
Yes.
Depending the rounds. Like if we're doing 8, you can sort of feel it's. I mean, it's just a difficult question to answer just
Yeah.
briefly like that because
Yeah. Yeah.
in different fights I've been in different positions.
Got you. Now,
But the fatigue definitely comes towards the ending normally.
yeah. Yeah. All right. So we got somebody from the Boogie Down Bronx in the chat room, and his name is Ray. And Ray, we have an undefeated fighter, and his name is Gentleman George. I was calling him Gentle George all this time, but it's Gentleman George from the Boogie Down Bronx. He's 16-0, undefeated. And you're heavyweight, right?
Yeah.
Now, I was watching your style, man. I love that three punch jab. Is that something signature, or is it something that you just do as you're mixing it up?
No, it's definitely not signature, guys.
Okay.
Everybody probably uses it, but it's definitely something that I try to, because as a fighter, I understand
Yeah.
that a lot of people are ready for one punch. But if
Yeah.
I keep coming, I know how annoying it would be if it was done to me. So I figured this will work. Yeah.
Yes. And it has been working. I'm going to put some of your highlights up as we are speaking, and so you guys can see what I'm talking about.
Ladies
With
and
this
gentlemen,
incredible
from
fighter.
the Paramount here in Huntington, New
Now,
York, we are set to go
you've
with
been
our
doing this
next
since
bout of the
18,
evening,
and you're
it's all being
16 and
brought to
0.
you courtesy
How many
of
fights
Joe
did you have
LaGuardia's
before as
Star
an amateur?
Boxing. At the sound
My
of the bell,
amateur
your third
record
man
was
in the
8
ring,
wins and 1
Pat
loss.
Sullivan.
Okay.
And now,
And
ladies and
that
gentlemen,
that
4
one
rounds
loss
of boxing scheduled
it was highly
in the
contested. It was in the
heavyweight
finals of the Golden
division.
Gloves, and
Introducing
it's one of
first,
those fights
fighting out of the
that
blue
I
corner.
won 2 rounds,
He wears
Yeah.
the
and
black
my
with gold. He
fatigue
weighed
in
in
that
at
fight, sort of my body language,
213.8
made
pounds.
it
His
it
professional
made it
record,
favorable.
a
But
perfect one.
I would have
6
said I
fights,
was
6
9-0 as an
victories,
amateur because I
all
believe
6
that
wins
that one
coming
loss
by way
was
of
it was taken.
knockout. From
Yeah.
Ocala, Florida.
I heard
Ladies
about
and
that
gentlemen,
fight.
please welcome
I heard it was very
James,
controversial.
the Sledge
I heard it happens a lot at that camp.
Hammertree.
I'm not trying to start no trouble, whatever. But
Hammertree.
didn't you get to avenge? Didn't you
And
fight him as a pro?
across the ring, fighting out of the
No.
red corner. He
Okay.
wears
So he
white
beat me
and
my
gold.
first time in the
He weighed in at
2013
already
in the Golden Glove Finals, and then I got the
233.4
silver.
pounds.
Then
His
that
professional
summer
record
must have
also
been
a perfect one.
in August. I fought him in the New York boxing
hit with a nice
tournament,
right hand
and
there.
I beat him. And then I fought him again in the
Arias.
Golden Gloves semifinals to go
tired
all the
and
way
hurt.
to the finals,
Nice
and I
right
beat
hand
him.
by
That's where
Hamiltree.
I got my best revenge on him because
Oh.
it was for the chance to go do it all over again, and
This is
it
unbelievable.
mattered
What a
more.
great-
So I had to
fight here.
convincingly take
Again,
it from him because I saw a little bit of
Exactly.
You better
Now I
believe
got
we
your
gotta
fight
get more
playing in the
rounds.
background.
Thank
These
God
are
that we're
some of
going
the
forward.
highlights when you
Another
fought
Great
Hamiltree.
matchup by,
Oh yeah,
Did it again.
And what year was that? Was that 17?
thank God that
Oh,
Hamiltree's
2016.
leading pretty
Oh,
good. He's not
2016.
getting
Okay.
goals.
And so when did you
Good
have
fight.
your
He's coming right
last
back.
fight? And what's coming up for
As
you?
we head to the final 10
my last
seconds
fight
of the
was
second
February
round.
17th
You're gonna hear the
in the
rap of the
Mohegan
ring
Sun.
with 5 seconds to
I don't have
go.
anything concrete right now that I could speak of,
Round
but hopefully
number
looking,
2, put it
let's
in
say
the
probably,
books.
and I'm just a guessing, but May would be good.
Okay.
You know that's like my horizon that I could kind of throw at you.
Is it anybody
Here are the
that
bombs
you want
in
to
round
fight
number
that you've been
2.
calling
These
out,
guys are
or
just unbelievable.
you're just
The shots
taking it
they're
as it
taking,
comes?
and they're absorbing and they're giving back. And
Because
thank God
I mean,
Hamiltree is bobbing
because I
and
understand that
pretty
I'm a
good. Not
boxer,
there
I'm
in
gonna
his
fight
couple of
everybody
punches,
who
but
they throw
he's
at me.
standing up to it.
You know,
And
the
listen,
business
this
requires
Arias
you to
is a
do it.
great
I
puncher.
feel like the
A lot of
calling out
knockouts
thing
on
is.
his record. Looking at him
Yeah.
standing up, he
I'm
got
gonna
banged
fight
there a
whoever
little
they
bit,
tell me to
but he
fight.
did not
Honestly,
fall on his
I will do it because that is what the job requires. So, nah, I don't have anybody particular. I will gladly fight anybody, you know.
That is what.
But I let my manager do all that, you know, because he knows that I'm willing to
Here's where
fight
the real
anybody.
game
So there's
is
not much paperwork to be done. So
Big shout to Leon Washington Jr. We have Gentleman George. Pronounce your last name for us,
He's saying you got to
George.
stay up there, keep them hands up, and you got to
Arias.
bang the body. You got to fire
Arias.
back.
There
and
you go.
step
I
off.
couldn't have said it
Don't
better.
stay in front of this
And
guy.
he
This
is an
guy's a
undefeated
tremendous
boxer
puncher.
from the Boogie Down Bronx, representing New York City. You're from the Dominican Republic, right?
yeah, born in the Dominican Republic.
DR
No, I
stands
think it's
up.
good to have your hands
Now,
down, let the blood flow.
how many years have
revive
you
yourself.
been
I mean,
a
you got
professional?
oxygen going through your body. And here comes
Since 2014.
Hamiltree is firing back.
14. So about six.
I've given the first 2 rounds
Because it was late in
I
2014. It
feel
was in
the same
October.
way. I mean, he's just
So you could say
throwing some
maybe
devastating body shots. Opening
yeah,
up
like
Hamiltree
5
to
years.
the upstairs.
Let's say
and
5 years.
He's been connected.
Yeah,
but
yeah. So
Hamiltree's
as I
hanging in
watch
there.
you, right,
He's
you
firing
do a
back.
little shuffle like Ali,
Two tough
and
guys.
you do bobbing and weaving and body
Nice.
punches
Oh!
and over the
Tremendous
top
right
like
hand.
Mike Tyson.
That was
Has
possibly the
anyone
best
ever said that to you?
punch of the night by George
Yeah, a
Arias.
lot of people in
And
the gym and
Hamiltree
then
took it
I like
well, right
yeah.
on the cheek.
I get that a lot.
And Arias looks a
And
little bit tired.
I
He's
promise you, I'm
putting
not
the
doing it on
pressure as much
purpose.
anymore.
It's what's
And now
required.
he's on the rope for the first time.
So that's just natural.
This is natural.
Wow, that's what's up. Now, have you
And they
ever
take
had?
respectful
Now,
breaths.
this is
time
a
they're
tough
not
sport,
on each
man.
other. They
Like,
let each other take the breath.
you
Right, and
guys
obviously you see
condition
the more
yourselves
talented
to
of the
take a
fighters
punch
is Arias. He's got a
that
lot
the
more ability.
average
He's a
person
pretty strong
cannot,
puncher.
you
The other
know,
guy, listen,
sustain,
got a lot of
like
guts,
body punches and like
but
stuff
he's
like that.
absorbing a lot
What
of
type of
punches.
exercises do you do to
And
keep
firing
your
back.
your body like tight and so you can absorb all these punches?
This is round number 3.
Well, first of all,
of a
one thing. I mean,
heavyweight battle. George Arias
I don't
in
think you
white
could
trunks,
condition yourself,
James
you know, to
Hamiltree
ever get hit. Because
in the
anybody,
And here's where they start
even
to say I
I
should have ran a
think
little bit more.
in boxing, I
preparation for
honestly
this fight,
believe
but
anybody from
tough guys.
154
Nice right
on
hand by
has
both
enough
of
power
them.
to knock
And Jerry,
anybody, you know,
it's
clean
true.
a clean
If
punch
they
to the
haven't
face.
done
I think
their
anybody,
homework,
yeah,
Nice
from
left hook
147
that's
by
has
where
Arias.
enough power. You
the
know,
doubt
that's
creeps in,
there.
right?
Though
Well, yeah, I
the
mean,
thing is,
if you're not in shape,
more
you're
of
thinking
the
about it, and
you
especially
could
this
work
young
out
in
your neck,
career,
and that
you
helps
worry
you when
about
you
the fight, this
constantly
can
getting
happen,
hit,
that can
constantly
happen. You
getting
get
hit, to
tired
not
before you
get
get in
dizzy, and then you know
Mm.
that eventually is
Absorb
gonna
some
wear
of
you
these
out.
shots, and
So you
just
can work
don't
out your
know.
neck.
You feel like you're behind,
But
you
what
gotta
I
catch up.
honestly can tell you,
Under
the
1
most
minute to
important
go.
thing
Nice.
when you get
Left
hit
hand
is
by
for your
Hamiltree and a hook
mind
by
and your soul to
Arias.
be aligned to
And
not,
Jerry,
you know,
in the
to
fights
fight.
Yes.
You know, that's
Hamiltree is
honestly
hot
what
and has had
helps
6 fights.
take
He
any
won
type
his
of
first
punishment
fight, a
is to
second
believe
round
that you
knockout.
are willing
In
to take
all
whatever
the rest
comes your
of
way.
his fights,
And
he's
if
won
you get buzzed,
on
oh
first
well, you're
Yeah.
gonna work
round
with
That's
that,
a
you
very,
know.
very
But
fair.
He is
you never want to
learning
be there
tonight.
And he's
hesitant
a really tough
or
guy, good
afraid,
puncher.
Yes.
because getting buzzed
He's got a
and
lot of
being
guts.
afraid, wow, that is a nightmare. You know, you don't want to
Look at
be
him, he got that
Yeah.
in that
built
situation.
running
Because you
around
will really
Nice
like
move
fight or
by
Muhammad
flight.
Ali.
You
It's a
don't,
little
you
bit
don't
like
want
Muhammad
to
Ali.
find out what you're made of on the night of the fight.
He's got
Yeah,
a mix of
yeah,
Muhammad
definitely.
Ali and Joe
So, what
Frazier.
is your most most powerful punch you think?
My
Trying
most
to
powerful
impress the
punch,
judges
I
with a
would
little bit
say,
of boxing right
perhaps,
now. Final
could be
seconds,
the
round number
hook.
3.
could be the hook, just because I feel like 90% of the times, I mean, anytime you throw a hook, it's
And
coming
another
with something
sensational fight. You
behind
gotta
it. You
give
could
it
throw
to
a soft
Mr.
right
Arias.
hand,
He's just
and you
bobbing
might be,
and weaving
you could
outside,
throw
left,
some
nice
baby up
left hook
because,
to the head.
but I
Right
feel like
there.
the hook
Listen,
is the one that
Hammondtree's hanging in
I
there,
tend
but
to
he's
put
not
a little extra
able to.
on more often, you know.
And let's go to
But
the
a lot
point
of
for
other
King
punches
Hammondtree.
are it's situational.
Yeah.
But the hook, I think, is the one that feels the most. You feel the most grounded for that type of movement.
Got you. So, what advice would you have for like young boxers that are coming up? Because, like you said, I used to box and I tried at O'Connell Park. There was a gym in Hollis, Queens. It was O'Connell Park, and you were right. Like I got there and there were people that was there for years. They was already clicked up. So I'm in the corner by myself training, nobody talking to me. And then they tried me out because I was a big dude and they whipped my ass. So like I was like, I'm not going back. But I did go back a few times after that. But what can you tell young fighters that are, trying to get into it?
Yes, I've got a 3-0.
The first thing I'll tell anybody, getting into boxing is to have fun with it. Number one thing that I'll tell you is just to have fun with it and to enjoy the process of
Now you
learning,
see
enjoy it,
Hammondtree's hands are way down. He's
understand it,
getting
take it
killed with those
easy.
haymakers of
Because
Arias.
it's too
You gotta keep
often
the hands
that
up.
a
Just got
person
keep
goes
the
to
hands
a
up.
gym
His hands are way down
and
low.
you see all these bags hanging. The first thing you want to know is when can I hit him? I signed up to the gym. When can I start using the toys I see? And in reality,
Not enough.
just standing in front of the mirror, because that's the way I was brought up in boxing.
Arias
Stand in front of the mirror and practice just the jab, I think, for a couple of months.
And he's
Jab forward,
taking
jab
the
sideways,
punches,
jab
catching those
backwards,
large,
all of that,
solid shots.
So stuff like that is not that exciting. It's completely felt like, wow, this is not what I want to do, But it's the fundamentals, the fundamentals of the sport, I think, is to really
Well, we've seen a
get
lot from
concrete
Arias.
fundamentals in the
He can
sport
come
of
in, give you the
boxing,
Joe Frazier
take it
style,
easy,
or
learn
he
it,
can
and
move around
enjoy
like
it.
Ali did.
And
So he's
then
got some
from
talent.
there,
He's
whether you have the
not
talent
that
or
young
not,
of a guy,
you
but
you can
he's,
fight. I'll tell
in
you.
a good
Yeah.
game.
So
I think he's
my,
gonna
my,
go
my
someplace.
one advice is to have fun with it. Have fun with the process. Don't rush it. Don't worry about
He
hitting the
does.
bag.
He does at
If
times.
you
He
gotta
does it to
correct
end
your
it
jab
around. He's
for a
trying to get
month,
knockout here.
work on
But I
that,
agree.
because
You gotta bang the
besides
body.
the jab,
Hands
no
come
other
down.
punch is gonna
But this
come
guy's
after that.
hands are down
You
anyway.
could get
Right
hurt.
up there.
These heavy bags, they come back at
They're
you.
both
Yeah,
two very
yeah.
tough
So
guys. It's an
I say
exciting
just
fight for the
ground the
fans.
fundamentals and have fun with it. It's basically the only two things that I can say that I could tell to any person, no matter who. If we're talking about boxing, enjoy it. Take it easy with how fast you're trying to learn. Just enjoy the
It's over
process.
too much.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Now, what do you want people to know about Gentleman George that they may not know?
Whew. Actually, I'm not that. It's a whole world of things they wouldn't know. I'm not that out there with things. It's just my nature.
Yeah, yeah.
But something like interesting, right? You want something interesting about me?
He said
Something
there
interesting
gotta be
about me.
something
Yeah,
Gentleman.
I'm thinking, what is interesting about me? I think we're tackling the most interesting thing about me, which is boxing.
I
So
got you. So what do you
after
do,
that,
what do you do for fun when you're not boxing?
for fun when I'm not boxing, let me see. Let me try, because I feel like when was the last time I did something for fun?
Oh
Just
Lord.
I can't get into video games, and as much as I enjoy watching people play them, I
Yeah.
just don't have the attention span to get good at something that I don't know. I just like the outside, the real world, being good at something in the real world. So when I'm free, I like walking. Honestly, promise you that I will walk miles if I have if you just chilling and really free. I
Yeah.
like walking. I like watching TV. I honestly didn't grow up watching a lot of movies, so
Right.
every now and then I just watch classic movies that people say are good,
Yeah.
and I just like Scarface. I saw Scarface the other day. Now like I really don't watch movies or like that. So lately I started catching up on movies,
Got-
YouTube. YouTube is honestly now I'm remembering better. YouTube is something that I'm more often on,
Okay.
just down the rabbit hole and just watching things like that. That's something that I can tell you that I did today and I might do tomorrow like that. But overall, I'm just pretty laid back and chill, man.
I got you.
It's hard to say what I could do anything depending who I'm with also, because
Yeah.
I like having people have fun, So
Gotcha.
depending who I'm with, I'll have fun having fun with whatever they like.
Now
that could sum me up better.
that's what's up, man. So I can see that you're laid back and you're all about boxing. Let's talk about the nutritional side of it. What
Okay.
foods do you avoid as an athlete? Like what foods do you not eat?
As an athlete in training or as an athlete in general?
Like training in general, things that really will mess up your training and make you sluggish. Is it like anything that you like stay away from?
Dairy is something that I can tell you that if I
Mm.
have it, I will have a consequence.
Oh,
But
wow.
other than that, um, you try to really avoid junk food Monday through Friday, right? You want to take anything that you really enjoy and it's junk food. I try to save it for like Saturday or Sunday, and then Monday through Friday is honestly, my mom and me, we have a really good relationship in that aspect, and that she really takes she takes it, she like takes pride in me eating what she makes every day. So it's just very healthy, and I thank God for that. That I have
Beautiful.
somebody that is down with that. She wanted me to eat good, so it's a lot of salad, beans, plantains, all types of everything that you can think of that is healthy and is
Right.
cooked, and there's no junk food. Basically, as much as I can say, there's no junk food, and junk food is for the weekend if you want to, or if there's no fight, and you always end up regretting eating it. So it's
Yeah,
almost something that
right.
it's almost like just keeping up with your
That's
sugar addiction.
you're like, why did I
But
do this? Yeah.
yeah, but for the most part, yeah, just eat home cooked meals.
Okay.
What
Okay.
I eat more often.
Now, when you get a fight, like say you get a fight and it's going to be in May or whatever, how how long before the fight do you start training?
Well, you want to stay training all year round. Basically, just if you like working out, just work out all the time. Even if like I just fought, and then I took a little bit of time to myself to just to relax and all the heal the body from all the running, get some
Yeah.
time off. But then uh, right after that, you could go for a run, right? And that's not training. But if you go for a run, your body considered it a workout, right?
It's a
So
good
you go for a
question.
run, even while and it's chilling, right? It's not a whole workout session. It's just a run, and then the next day you might do some shadow boxing, little by little like that. Then when the break is over, you go to the gym almost on a clock in, clock out.
Okay.
You know, I did my time today. That's it. Now I'm free. You know, so you consider when there's no fight, you want to just make a habit of just I go to the gym and I work out every day. That's just how I live. And after a while, it really becomes mechanical. You don't even got to think about it. You
Got you.
go to the gym all the time. You're always in shape. Now, of course, there's a difference between fighting shape and being in shape. What you want to do is that if they give you 6 weeks to get ready for a fight, is a whole different animal if you're gonna spend those weeks burning fat,
Okay.
as opposed to getting in shape, as in getting your combinations and getting your punches sharper. So you'll be wasting time if you, let's say, and everybody, most boxers are guilty of it, of gaining weight, when you're not fighting. But the ideal and what I've been trying to implement is that you get your little week off, and then after that, constantly just just be in shape, be in shape. You get a date. Now we're sharpening everything up. The running, if I was jogging 4 miles, now we're gonna intensify. Everything just steps up. That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Just when there's a fight, you want to step up what you've been doing all the time.
Yeah. Now I have a personal question because
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back into it. I don't care how old I am. Breathing. When you're in there fighting and you're like throwing punches, and how should you be breathing when you're throwing punches as opposed to not throwing punches?
Well, when you're not throwing punches, and let's say you take a distance from your opponent or from whoever, whatever action you're doing, that's when you can afford to do the like you're really trying to after all that. And then when you fight, you want to breathe with all the power you throw. You want to you know you want to throw some people, for they're guilty of holding their breath,
Mm-mm.
and then you start feeling like what's wrong with me, you know? And a lot of times, and with push-ups too, is a lot of times certain exercises, certain things just make people hold their breath and tense up a little more than they should. But the ideal way is to recover when you're out of action. When you feel good, you go back in. You know, you do like a sprint, like then you get back out, and that's where you do your recovery at, where you with your hands up.
Nice. Oh man, for those of you that just tuned in, we're talking to Gentleman George, undefeated from the Boogie Down Bronx, and he is live right here on DJC Radio Global. Is it anything that we didn't talk about? Because we're coming up on that 30-minute mark. I don't want to hold you for too long.
Nah, I'm open for whatever, man.
So is there anything that you wanted to mention, let the world know your plans?
Off the top of my head right now, I got nothing other than they could hit me up on Instagram. I often honestly don't know why, or I just don't mess with Facebook that much. So yeah, because I do have I have a Facebook, and I just neglect it a lot. So most if anybody want to hit me up and I'll respond quickly is on Instagram, GG Arias 33. That's where I'm the quickest to reach.
Got you. Now, endorsements and wearing people clothing and things of that nature. Are you open to people, offering you their clothes for like a fee, or do you have an endorsement with somebody already, or?
No. Currently, like for example, like first of all, stuff like this that my manager deals with, because I'm no good for stuff like that. I got a lot of love for people, and I would never mention money. But like for
business,
like the dudes that I mess with, yeah, Iguana, let's say, they're from England, and it's not a sponsorship or anything, but it is honestly this is more of a gesture because they. Boxing is a lonely sport and it's a tough sport, and they came to me with they started sending me clothes, and I thought that was so like, man,
nice.
They believed in me at a time when I felt like, what? Man, thank you. I felt so honored that they would consider me for something like that. That I just say every time I put the clothes on, it's just a thank you.
But you're advertising for them,
yeah. But it's a thank you, nothing on paper or anything like that, because that's how I am.
That's a beautiful thing. So we're gonna get you some endorsements. I'm gonna speak to Wash. We're gonna have you up in there because I saw you fight. I am a fan.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you, man.
Man, very, very inspirational. I was like, wow, he's letting them fly because you got that bobbing thing, and how do you? Well, I'm not gonna ask for your secrets, nothing, but you definitely got the bobbing thing down to a science, and coming across, catching them on the chin, not even looking. That's like an architect. So I'm really, really floored by that. Now, MMA. Last question, actually. Do you think MMA will ever take over boxing, or do you think boxing will have its lane and MMA would have its lane? Or
yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lane for both. People love fighting, man. People love fighting. People love fighters. People respect what it is to go to war with another person. So you're always gonna have people that want to see. Because even in UFC, keep it 100. You know that people love it more when they're standing up in boxing. That's what people really enjoy. That's what really fills an arena is the casual fan who enjoys blow for blow. And what other sport is strictly blow for blow than boxing?
Absolutely.
So I think boxing will always have a lane, and it has just the roots of boxing are just too deep. So I think there's absolutely nothing for boxing to worry about, let's say, because UFC is a complete different world.
Yeah, I personally hate when they're on top of each other on the floor. Like I'm like, get up. Like, look right, don't even feel right. But listen, Gentleman George, I want to thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Shout out to the Boogie Down Bronx. God bless you on your career. And this is
thank you so much.
Come back anytime you want. We're going to be watching you. Do you have any shout outs?
Let me see. Oh, wait. I'm getting a quick phone call.
Uh-oh. They messed up.
Shout out. Let me shout out my mother Maria, my sister Mariana, my guy Andre Beltre. Shout out AGJ Pest Control. Shout out Team Wash 'em Up. Shout out my coach Leon Washington. Shout out Legion Leeton. Shout out let me see. My gym. Shout out everybody. Who else? Shout out my guys, Kenner, Manny, Joel. If they watching, let me see, Julio, Oscar, everybody that I've ever met.
That's what's up, Gentleman George. Undefeated boxer from the Bronx, and we are going to be seeing a lot more of him. People start to follow him, support him, because he is a great athlete. George, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
God bless you. Talk to you soon.
Got it.
All right, peace. Oh, man, that was a great interview, people. You have my man, Gentleman George, and I was calling him Gentle George, but he's Gentleman George. As you can see, he's a gentleman, and as you can see, he does damage when he is in the ring, man. Like I was playing it earlier, and I thought I had it on mute, and Lady Miz was like, I can hear the stuff in the background, but yeah, I'm just going to put on some of his highlights as we ended. Don't forget, DJC Radio Global. This is powered by DJC Radio Virtual Nation. We are now on Roku. You can go to Roku and add the channel DJC-TV, which is everything visual for DJC Radio Global. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Please share this even after it's over. We're going to take it back to the radio station at www.the DJ Show, where we are live. And we're going to have that good music playing 24/7, 365 indie artist music at www.the Show. Big shout once again to my man, Gentleman George. Let me give him a bell. I don't want him coming out punching nobody. Get a flashback. Talk to you guys soon. Take care.